Colleen with Rope and Resellers, and here is my weekly eBay sales for February 5th through February 11th, 2018. And I want to apologize for the audio last week. I didn't edit that very well, and I also have a cold, so if I sound nasally and it's driving you nuts, just watch next week because I really didn't sell very much. No, I'm just kidding. Enjoy.
Quick to the point. You can see not very many tabs, so not a lot of money made this week. Let's go. Auberge, Rogers and Company. You can see the maker's mark. I always take a close-up of that. This was made in Korea, stainless, so it's not one of the really super old ones. Salad fork set. You know it's a salad fork because there's usually a lower tine in the middle. And they're also smaller, but sometimes when you get sets, you can't really tell. Anyway, they sold for $13.94. I collected $16.99 because they paid shipping. Paid $1 for this at an estate sale. I usually buy them in a big bag, so these probably came with like forks and knives and spoons and all the other stuff, and I just break them up into lots. $5.40 for shipping, PayPal, and eBay fees for a total profit of $10.59, and it took 2.5 years to sell. Chico's gold colored turtleneck. Someone emailed me earlier a couple weeks ago about and asked if it was gold or tan because this looks completely different. I answered her back and I said yes, it's more of a gold than a tan. It's one of those sweaters that kind of changes in the light. I don't know. It sold for $14.99. I collected $18.81. I paid $1 for this. It came out of the consignment store bag that I work with. The consignment store I work with where I get bags. So they all average out to about $1. $6.23 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $11.58, and it took a month to sell. These are Pottery Barn. I knew because it said on the tag on the inside. 2 of them, just the covers, not with the pillow inside of it. Those were my inserts. So I tried to be as clear as possible. I haven't heard back, and they've been delivered, so I'm probably fine. I always worry about things too much. $24.99 is what they sold for. I paid $2 for them at a garage sale. $8.25 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $14.74, and they took 2 weeks to sell. And the vintage Vaseline glass. This is what it looks like without a UV light. There is a crack in it. I noted that. I think I explained last week that someone had emailed me or bought it and then realized that there was a crack. This is what it looks like under UV light. That the only dark place in my house is in my bathroom, so that is actually taken on a toilet lid. I know. It was clean. And I had to shine the UV light flashlight. I have a UV flashlight that I use, and I shined it just right to get the right image. I should show you the other ones that I took that didn't turn out quite as well, but it definitely makes for a really cool photo. $7.99 is what it sold for. They paid shipping, so I collected $11.81. I paid way too much for this. I paid $4 at an estate sale because I didn't see the crack, and I was surprised it was still there because without the crack, I'm guessing it's still only worth like $20. And honestly, at this point, I probably wouldn't pick it up for $4. But anyway, it was the first piece of Vaseline glass that I had found, uranium glass. So I was a little overexcited. Anyway, $6.38 for shipping and fees for total profit of $1.43, and it took 4 days to sell. Yes, that was one of my 5 sales this week. Woo, the profit, it's just, whew. Shocking. Adriano Goldschmied. Sure, I slaughtered that. AG is what you're looking for. Men's shirt. This was actually a pretty cool shirt. It was a small check. You can see it. Grayish blue, sort of. Extra large. That's always a good size. $20.74 is what it sold for. So I had 17% off. I think this is the only thing I sold out of that whole sale. I paid $1 for it. It came out of the thrift store bag. $5.98 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $13.76, and it took 6 weeks to sell. Okay, so looking at the numbers, I got $82.65 for all the items. $93.34 is what I collected. I spent $9 on cost of goods. Now here's where that cost of goods, normally on 5 items I probably would have only spent $5 or $6. It's not huge, but when you are talking about such low profit, then it really starts to cut into it. $32.24 for shipping and fees for a total profit of $52.10 for the week. Thank goodness my family doesn't depend on me paying the bills. Otherwise, we'd all be in trouble. I just pay for the kids' stuff usually. And some groceries, I think, is how we worked. I don't know. My husband does the budget. I pay the bills. That's how we do it. Anyway, merch by Amazon. I only sold 4 shirts, so that was $16.75. So I made $68.85. Obviously, I'm trying some new stuff this week, and that is what I will talk about next. Okay, so eBay changed some of their platform this week. I don't know if you guys all saw this. There's some interesting things. You can customize it up here. I like to know whether shipping is calculated or not, so this was one of the new features, and I was pretty excited about that. They gave me a lot of fluff and nutter, so I took that stuff out, but that's not what I'm here about. What I'm here about is that I've had some issues with a shipping problem in Ecuador. I didn't go through global shipping. I've been on the phone twice with eBay and twice with the USPS and emailing USPS, trying to find this package that went to Ecuador. And they finally found it. It's in customs. Well, I had already refunded the guy. Anyway, it's turning into this nightmare. And I just decided that I'm going to try and do just global shipping and not mess with the other stuff. So I'm going to go into Peter Rabbit here. This is one of my oldest listings. I think it is the oldest listing I have right now because I threw some stuff at auction. They didn't sell. So I've tried that, tried doing auctions to try to drum up business that way. Obviously, I need to fill in some extra stuff and get some more photos. But for right now, oh my gosh, look at this. I'm not going to update all of this. This is really old and really bad. Don't ever have all of this stupid stuff in there with all these photos, because when people go to look at it on their phone, they can't see it at all. It looks horrible. So I don't know why eBay does this either. Fix it for me. Well, why don't you want to just fix it? So anyway, it looks horrible on a phone. Get rid of it. I'm not going to do that right now. What I'm doing is I'm going down to shipping details. So there's domestic shipping. Here's international shipping. This is if you have a store. I know I've been working with my daughter who's been selling stuff and who doesn't have a store. If she does it on her phone, it looks completely different. So internationally, I'm going to say sell internationally with global shipping program, which I've already had. And I think I've only sold maybe 4 things global shipping for as long as the program's been around, which has been like 5 years or something. So the other thing, and somebody messaged me and said they wanted to do global shipping, so they couldn't because I had this checked. So what I need is none. Other shipping options, none. Now it will only sell through the global shipping program. And then hopefully if I get an Ecuador stuck in customs problem again, all you have to do is send it to Kentucky and they take care of the rest. Things get lost. I don't need to do any exclusions anymore. Clear all. Save and close. That's how you do it individually. And now I'm just going to update. I'll have to come back in here and change everything and update the listing and make it prettier. So that's a slow way. But if you have close to 600 listings like I have right now, that is absolutely not the way to do it. So what you can do is come here and you can edit 1 through 500. And then it's going to send me to this other screen that's so old. It drives me mad sometimes. But so this is what you get when you get a store. This is why if you have over 500 items, you need a store. And they're going to give you all kinds of warnings and all this other stuff. So I'm going to edit the fields, and I'm going to edit shipping international. Shipping international. So now I can just go in and do global shipping program, change to none. Edit listings in bulk. Add to all. Other shipping options, none. Save. So submit changes. Confirm and submit. Done. Now I'll go through and do the rest, but it's the same process.
So global shipping's one of the things I'm trying. Next week, I'll show you. I don't know anything about this yet, but I know I've heard people on other podcasts and YouTube talk about business policies and eBay Radio. I suggest you guys listen to that show every week and talk about business policies. I know Griff just explained how to do that, so I'm going to spend a little time this week doing that, and I will show you how that worked out. So when things are going bad, and that's bad. I can't remember the last time I made even. I said a couple weeks ago I can't remember the last time I only made $100. Now I can't remember the time that I made just over $50. It's been years since that's happened, and I'm trying desperately to figure out what it is that I am doing differently or what has happened. I was listening to Bin Pickers, and they were commenting. There's a lot more people, and they've been doing it a long time. I've been doing it for over 10 years, and there is just a lot more competition. And shipping rates went up. Amazon is a competition. I know, people have access to the bins now, and that's a game changer. And there are a lot of people on YouTube that are producing amazing content like the Bin Pickers and Craigslist Hunter and a new girl, Melissa, who's in Florida. I mean, there's just a lot of great content out there. There's a lot of stay-at-home moms trying to do this, and clothes are kind of what we all seem to know, and they're easy, and they're plentiful, and they're cheap. And so it's flooded the market. I mean, you can't even sell a t-shirt for over $5 anymore. What's your time worth? So then you have to find a new area to kind of get into. But I've experimented with a lot of different things over the years. I used to do stuffed animals. I did a lot of glassware. I've done mid-century stuff. And I'm just trying to go back and look and see where my successes have been. So that's part of my process. I'm looking into other avenues. What I do know is I also had another job for 4 months, and I worked for somebody, and I cannot work for another person at this point. So I need to figure this out and figure out. And thank goodness I don't have to depend. My husband's a PA, and so he makes a decent income. We don't have to depend on my income, or else we would be in a lot of trouble. Me, in my business, we couldn't live on this for any length of time. That's not even our cable bill. I want to figure out what sells well for me in the past. I want to set up some business policies. I want to explore other online venues that might be more successful. I want to look at possibilities in my local area of business ideas. We don't have a thrift store in our town, and someone suggested putting out a donation bin. I'm like, isn't that dishonest? But we had talked about putting together lots, because there's quite a few pregnant moms around here that are going to the food bank that don't have access to clothes for their baby. And so I was going to try to get a donation bin and put together boxes that were relatively cheap, a whole 3-month or 6-month supply of baby clothes in a big box for $20 or something, so that I would make a little bit of money, but that I would be kind of giving back. But then my husband's like, you're going to put in too much time on that, and you're not going to put enough time in on eBay. So I'm just trying to figure it out. So I'm going to try some other things, keep plugging away at eBay, because I really see that there is still potential. And I don't think it's over. And I think I just need to get off the clothing train for a little while and try other things I have. And I need to get back out there. I'm going to an auction this weekend. I'll take you guys along for that. I'll probably edit it down. I won't torture you with 8 hours of sitting around listening to some guy blah, blah, blah. It's an auction for a closed antique store, so I don't know that there's going to be any great bargains, and there's probably going to be a lot of junk, because if they couldn't sell it in the antique store, it's probably not worth much. But it could be fun. It depends. My kids are off this weekend, so is my husband, so we might go do other things, and I might not get to go to the auction. So anyway, I've got that to look forward to. I've got a estate sale coming up, so I think for me also, taking a break in January was good. I saved a lot of money, but I also have realized that most of the stuff that I have sitting around that I've been listing is not worth very much, and that's why I haven't listed it. I need to get back out there and get sourcing so that I get excited again. Anyway, I do want to thank you for your support. YouTube is changing their policy. I'm sure you've heard. If you don't have 1,000 subscribers, you can't monetize anymore. Not that monetizing is very important to me, but when other parts of your business aren't doing very well, you start to look at even small streams of income. YouTube is not, it took me, 9-10 months to earn $100. So really, you don't make any money doing YouTube, but that's $100 I didn't have before, and that's going to go away for me. And I did go over 900, and I thank all of you who do subscribe. If you want to help support YouTube and small content creators, make sure that you subscribe to them. I'm not begging for subscriptions or anything, but it is nice to have that option. You're going to see a lot less ads. I'm not even sure where I would show up on the ranking. They said it's not going to affect your ranking and whether you get in people's recommended feeds anymore, but my guess is that you will. So it's going to be word of mouth. We're a small niche, this eBay reseller community. So the more you can like a small content creator's YouTube videos that you do like, don't like them just to be nice. And the more we share with each other, other YouTube content creators, and the better off this community and the stronger we'll be. We'll just keep sharing ideas, and who knows, it might be a springboard for something that becomes great for you and sells really well, and that's easily accessible in your area. So anyway, I just want to thank you for the subscribers I have, for watching, and for liking the videos. And even if you don't like them, you can say that too. That's fine. I just am really humbled and having a lot of fun doing these videos every week for you. I hope you have a good week. Here's to better sales.